Okay, now we are going to look at indirect and or what you call inverse proportion. And we have said that under indirect or what you call inverse proportion, we are going to look at more, less. We shall look at high, we shall look at low. So they go hand in hand. The more people you have in the garden, the less the days. That is the meaning. So we look at more, less, high, low. We look at increase, and then we look at the decrease. So those two things are going to go hand in hand. So we are going to first write. I'm going to first ask you to take note of something. But one thing I'm going to give more attention to is here. We have said that an increase will go with a decrease. That will be showing that that is an inverse proportion. Now, how do we represent an inverse proportion? I want you to take note of this. When they tell us that y and x are inversely proportional, how do we write them? Mathematically, we shall write y and we shall write it like 1 out of x. That's how we represent an inverse proportion. We read it as y is inversely proportional to x. And we say that in order for us to remove this proportionality constant, we introduce in a k. May I ask you members to introduce it for me and you put your answer in the chat. What do you think? Put what you think your answer is going to be when we remove that proportion constant. Aha, you people are very bright. Very, very bright. Uh-huh. Ivy, that is okay. Vida, that is okay. Angel, you're missing something small. Okay. So we said we have to introduce in a k. So members, we shall introduce I and we say y is equal to k out of x. K out of x. And that is our equation. May I ask you to first summarize and then we continue? Let me pause. Okay, now we are going to look at some examples. Our first example, given that y is inversely proportional to x, when y is 10, when x is 5, find the equation. So we have said that the keyword is inversely proportional. So I'll say y is inversely proportional to x. That's how we write it. Then we have said that after that, where there is the proportional sign, we shall introduce our equal sign and then the value of k. So we shall say y is equal to k out of x. After doing so, always use your initial conditions to find the value of k. So they have told us that y is equal to 10 when x is equal to 5. So you substitute. Where there is y, put 10. Where there is x, put 5. So where there is y here, we have y is equal to k out of x. Where there is y, I'll put 10 is equal to k, which I'd want, divided by x, which is 5. Now, when I reach this point, what do? We are looking for k. You remove the 5. So we have two ways to do it. Some of you prefer multiplying both sides by 5 by saying by 5, multiply by 5. Or some of you may prefer saying, why don't I cross multiply? I cross multiply here, I cross multiply. But here you remember there is a 1. So whatever approach you use, you get the same answer. So what are we going to have? 5 times 10, I'll have my 50 here. This 5 and this one cancel is equal to k. Those who have cross multiplied, I'll have still 10 times 5 equals to 1 times k, and 50 is equal to k. Now, after obtaining your k, go back and substitute. So you have y is equal to k out of x, but my k is 50, and therefore my y will equal to 50 out of x. And that is your equation. Then when it comes to Roman 2, value of y when x is 2. So you substitute where there is x, put 2. So we shall say y is equal to 50 out of x, which will give us 50 out of 2. And you get your answers 25. So members, that's how we do it. So it is the same procedure. The only thing that changes for inverse is knowing that the equation now is going to be different. But people even had already got the answer. Thank you, members. This is very good. Mhm. Okay, I'm picking a hand here, steady.
Are we not going to answer this question?
Which one? Part 2?
No,
This
one of the 4 people.
Oh, no, that one we are going to answer after finishing everything.
Okay, sir.
In fact, that one you are going to do it on your own after understanding this concept.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. Are we good to continue, class? Let me know whether we are good to continue. Peter said, yeah, we continue. Okay, we are good to continue. We have another one. We have, why don't you first write for me that equation in the chat and I look at it. Write for me just the equation. Just the equation. And we see whether members we are on the same page. Just the equation. Okay. Now, still, we are going to do the same thing. They are telling us that what A is inversely proportional to the square of B. So we shall come and say A is inversely proportional to 1 out of the square. Like that. Distinguish between a square and then a square root. Those are different things. But Donna, that is good. Trevor, you forgot the square. Vemos, that is good. Joshua, that is okay. You forgot the square, but that is good. Then from here, we shall say A is equal to K out of our B squared. Now, after writing that, what are you going to do? You are going to come and substitute what your A is and what your B is. Our A is 4, B is 3. So where there is A, we put 4. I'll put here 4. Is equal to K. Where there is B, we are going to put 3. So I'll have 3 squared. So here we shall have 4 equaling to K out of 3 squared, which is 9. And now our task is to get our K. So we have said you can cross multiply, you can multiply both sides. So I can say 4 times 9 is equal to K out of 9 times 9. So those ones cancel. Then I will multiply. What is 4 times 9? That is equal to 36. So I'll say 36 is equal to K. Now, after obtaining my K, I go back, I write my equation very well that A is equal to 36 out of the B squared. That's what you get. Now, from there, our next task is us being able to obtain what for Roman 1, value of A when B is 2. So we say when our value of b is 2, we substitute. So I'll have a equaling to 36 out of b, which is 2 squared. So this will give us 36 out of 4. And then you divide, you say 36 divided by 4. I'll get my answer as 9. So my a will equal to 9. Now, when it comes to the second part here, you also read it very well. The first equation we obtain, that a is equal to 36 out of b squared, is what you use. But we said always pay attention to the word values of b. When a is 9, so where there is a, we shall put 9. So I will say 9 is equal to 36 out of b squared. What do we need? We want b. So we first remove b from the denominator by multiplying through by b. So when you multiply, you have 9b squared is equal to 36. Remember, when you are multiplying, do not forget that you are going to come multiply here by b squared, multiply this side by b squared. So here and here it will cancel. So after obtaining that, we need to remove the 9. So I'll divide by 9, divide by 9. And my b squared will equal to 36 out of 9. And 36 out of 9, that is 4. Now, what do? You continue. Since you want the value of b and you have a squared, we said you get a square root. So I'll get b squared is equal to 4, get a square root, get a square root. So our b will equal to plus minus 2. Or you can say b is equal to 2 or b is equal to negative 2. And that is your answer. So that's how you are supposed to do that number. Yeah, I'm seeing in the chat people have the correct answer. Okay, members, this is very nice, very good. Yeah. Okay, so let's complete and then we'll look at the last one, I think, because I'm seeing our time is almost. Okay. Hope members, we are still there. Okay, people have finished, I think. Okay. Then the last one. Now, this one, still, I know you have the other approach you want to use. Not so? I know you have that approach of yours, but now I want us to apply. Now, you first need, always whenever you meet these word problems, first discover which kind of proportion is it? Is it indirect or direct? Now here you know that 6 people can dig a trench in 8 hours. What do you have? You have people and you have hours. Then you reason out. What do you need to reason out? That more people, less hours. Less people, more hours. Because what is changing are the people and the hours. Now, after discovering that more and less, that is an indirect proportional. So meaning that when you are solving it, you use that approach. So you first you'll say, let the people be represented by P. Let the hours be represented by H. So what do you know? More people, less hours. So we shall say P is inversely proportional to 1 out of H, which we can write it as P is equal to K out of H. Now, your task is to find K, but they told you initially that 6 people. So initially, your P was 6. Then the hours were 8. So you substitute. Where there is P, you put 6. So we shall say 6 is equal to K out of 8. What do we want? K. So we multiply through. We say 6 times 8 is equal to K. Because we have said that what we do, multiply here by 8, multiply here by 8. So this 8 and this one will always cancel. Then you ask yourself, what is 6 times 8? That is 48 equaling to K. After obtaining your K, you go back and substitute and say now my P will equal to K, which is 48 out of the hours. Now, that means you can be able to do Roman 1, that P is equal to 48 out of the hours. So when I have 4 people, how long will I take? Where there is P, you put your 4. So I'll say 4 is equal to 48 out of the H. So since you are interested in hours, you cross multiply. So we shall have 4H is equal to 48. Then the next thing, divide by 4, divide by 4. So what is 48 divided by 4? Your hours will equal to 12 hours. So sometimes in case of using H, you can use T. It is very, very okay. So that means that 4 people will take 12 hours. And you see it makes sense that when you had 6 people, it took 8. So when the number of people reduce, we shall expect that more time will be taken. Very good. Members, what about for Roman 2? 12 people. Yeah, but I'm very happy, members. We are getting the answers now. This is very good. Now you find out. That is okay. What about when you have 12 people? How many hours do those people take? People are saying 4. People are saying 4. Very good. Yeah, that is correct, members. That is very okay. That is very okay. And that's how we approach such numbers. And this number can always appear. Those who have started doing standard papers, it always appear as number 2 in that section of number 2. It can appear, oh, even not. In fact, this one can appear even number 1. In fact, expect it around number 1 because number 1, that's where we have ratios and proportions, that element of construct on numbers. So you can find it along number 1. So that's how you approach it. Okay, can I just display the exercise for you to try out? Oh, do I even have an exercise? Oh, that was our last number. I have one. Yeah, I have one number. Take a screenshot of this. You try out, but I'll look for some work for you to do later on. Yes, Patrick.
Okay, thank you, sir. So I know our time has expired, but I had
Mm,
something to ask you.
mm.
There is a question that confused me so much. So I don't know whether it is also colliding with this what with this number because when you say there's negative or positive, they give the same thing. So I think they can collide with this one. So
Yeah, now,
can I read the
mm?
question? Can I tell you the question?
Okay.
Okay, the question is like